What if the best SUV for daily life isn't the fastest, the flashiest, or the most luxurious, but the one that simply does everything right without demanding your attention? What if enough is actually exactly what most people need? Today, we're looking at a vehicle that quietly challenges expectations and proves that balance can be more valuable than extremes. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross GXL FWD doesn't try to impress at first glance, and that's precisely where its strength lies. It's designed for real life, not for headlines, and that philosophy shows in every part of the car. From the moment you see it, the front design communicates a sense of calm confidence. There's no attempt to look overly aggressive or exaggerated. Instead, the wide grille sits low and stretches across the front, giving the SUV a planted and stable appearance. The mesh pattern inside the grille is clean and modern, but not overly detailed, which helps the car maintain a timeless look rather than something that will age quickly. The headlights are slim and sharp, extending slightly into the fenders. They give the vehicle a focused look without making it feel aggressive. This balance is important because it keeps the design approachable. It feels modern, but not intimidating. The lighting signature is simple enough that it will still look good years down the line. The hood features subtle lines that flow naturally toward the grille. Nothing feels forced or over-designed. These small details add just enough character while keeping the overall design clean. Combined with the slightly raised ride height, the car offers a confident driving position without becoming bulky or oversized. As you move around to the side, the proportions make even more sense. The Corolla Cross maintains a compact footprint, which is ideal for city driving, but it still offers enough presence to feel like a proper SUV. The body lines are minimal and functional, avoiding unnecessary creases. This simplicity works in its favor because it keeps the design practical and easy on the eyes. At the rear, the design continues with the same philosophy. The taillights stretch horizontally, giving the car a wider visual stance. The LED graphics inside them are crisp and modern, especially noticeable at night. The tailgate is upright, which isn't just a design choice, it's a practical one. This shape maximizes cargo space and makes loading and unloading much easier. There are no fake vents or unnecessary styling tricks. Everything feels intentional. The rear bumper includes subtle sculpting and low-mounted reflectors that improve visibility without drawing too much attention. There's also a slight contrast between the painted surfaces and the lower trim, adding a bit of rugged character without overdoing it. The roofline gently slopes toward a small rear spoiler. It adds a touch of sportiness while still prioritizing aerodynamics and efficiency. Overall, the exterior design doesn't chase trends. It focuses on longevity, practicality, and usability, which is exactly what many buyers are actually looking for. Step inside and the same mindset becomes even clearer. The interior is straightforward, functional, and easy to understand. Everything is placed where you expect it to be. There's no learning curve here. From the moment you sit down, the layout just makes sense. The materials are solid for this price range. You won't find high-end luxury finishes, but what you do get is durability and good build quality. The surfaces feel like they're designed to last, which matters more in a daily driver than soft-touch materials everywhere. The seating position is upright and comfortable, giving you excellent visibility of the road. This is especially useful in city driving and tight parking situations. The seats themselves provide enough support for both short trips and longer drives. The rear seats offer practical space. While it may not be the largest in its class, it's more than sufficient for passengers, whether it's adults or a small family. Legroom and headroom are well balanced, and the overall space feels usable rather than cramped. The cargo area continues this theme of practicality. It's designed to handle everyday needs, whether that's groceries, luggage, or weekend gear. The shape of the boot makes it easy to load items without struggling with awkward angles. Technology inside the car is focused on usability. The infotainment system features a responsive touchscreen that doesn't feel overly complicated. Wireless smartphone connectivity is included, which is now an essential feature for many drivers. It works smoothly and adds convenience to everyday use. The digital instrument display is clear and easy to read. It doesn't try to overwhelm you with unnecessary graphics. Instead, it provides the information you need in a simple and effective way. One of the standout aspects of the interior is the use of physical controls for key functions. In a time when many vehicles are moving everything to touchscreens, this approach feels more practical and safer. You can adjust settings without taking your eyes off the road for too long, which improves the overall driving experience. Safety is another area where this SUV performs strongly. It comes equipped with a comprehensive suite of features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, and automated emergency braking. These systems work quietly in the background, adding an extra layer of confidence without being intrusive.
Under the hood, the Corolla Cross GXL FWD is powered by a 2-liter hybrid system. The combined output sits around 146 kilowatts. On paper, this might not seem particularly exciting, but in real-world conditions, it's more than enough for daily driving. The acceleration is smooth rather than aggressive. This isn't a car designed for speed, and it doesn't pretend to be. Instead, it focuses on delivering a relaxed and comfortable driving experience. The transition between electric and petrol power is seamless, especially in city traffic where the hybrid system really shines. Fuel efficiency is one of its biggest strengths. The hybrid setup allows you to significantly save on fuel costs, which becomes increasingly important over time. For many buyers, this alone makes the car a very compelling option. The driving experience is predictable and stable. The steering is light, which makes it easy to maneuver in tight spaces and during parking. While it's not built for sporty driving, it offers a sense of control and confidence that suits everyday use perfectly. On the road, the suspension is tuned for comfort. It absorbs bumps and imperfections without making the ride feel too soft or disconnected. This balance makes it ideal for both city driving and longer journeys. When it comes to pricing, the Corolla Cross GXL FWD sits in a competitive position within the compact SUV segment. It's not the cheapest option available, but when you consider what it offers in terms of efficiency, safety, and reliability, the overall value becomes clear. This is not a car that tries to win purely on price. Instead, it focuses on the long-term ownership experience. Lower fuel costs, strong reliability, and practical features all contribute to making it a smart investment over time. Comparing it to competitors like the Mazda CX-30 highlights its strengths even further. The CX-30 offers a more premium interior and a slightly more engaging driving experience. It's a better choice for those who enjoy driving dynamics and a more upscale feel. However, the Corolla Cross responds with better fuel efficiency and greater practicality. The cabin feels more spacious, and the overall experience is more relaxed. For many buyers, especially those focused on daily usability, this makes a significant difference. It ultimately comes down to priorities. If you want something that feels sporty and premium, there are alternatives. But if you want something that works effortlessly in everyday life, the Corolla Cross becomes a very strong contender. This vehicle doesn't try to stand out in obvious ways, but that's exactly why it stands out. It focuses on delivering what most people actually need: comfort, efficiency, safety, and reliability. There's a certain honesty in how this SUV is designed and engineered. It doesn't rely on gimmicks or trends. Instead, it builds its appeal on consistency and practicality. For daily commuting, family use, and long-term ownership, it checks all the right boxes. It's easy to drive, easy to live with, and easy to trust. In a market where many vehicles are trying to be everything at once, the Corolla Cross takes a different approach. It knows exactly what it is, and it executes that role extremely well. And that brings us back to the original question. What if the perfect daily SUV isn't the one that tries the hardest to impress, but the one that quietly delivers exactly what you need every single day? That's where the 2026 Corolla Cross GXL FWD makes its strongest case.